Basically, this is a video of what's coming, and basically, you're in the election, the presidential election of 2012, you're either voting for growth or you're voting for collapse, because growth is the only thing that can get us out of the situation we find ourselves in. Barack Obama has been spending $1 trillion a year. He spent about $4 trillion in his term so far, roughly. George Bush spent $4 trillion in 8 years. And that ain't much better, but it's a slight improvement. Basically, this is what's coming. Standards and Poor's has informed the government that they're going to downgrade them if they don't get control of their entitlements. Social Security, for example, is now paying out more than it brings in. That it happened for the first time, I think it was this year, under Barack Obama. It had never in the history of the program done this, and a lot of that is fraud. Basically, disability is the new welfare for a lot. Not all, obviously, but there are so many people out there that are just seeing it as a free ride. But basically, this is what's coming later in the year. They call it the physical cliff. The federal government's going to have to pull back all that deficit spending. They spend $1 trillion a year. Our economy is $16 trillion. Basically, deficit spending is 16% of our economy. Now remember, in 2008, the economy contracted by 4%. Now obviously they can't pull back the whole trillion at one time, because that would make us, I don't know, let's see, 1.5 from 16, do the math. It would be quite the depression, but it'd be many times what 2008 was. Basically, we have to have something to replace the deficit money that's flowing in the economy. And for those out there that say, well, let's just keep spending $1 trillion a year more than we bring in, it'll bankrupt us. At the moment, investors, and I'm not talking the rich people that buy the bonds, everybody buys bonds. It's an investment. At the moment, the investor thinks he's not going to get his money back. He's going to stop buying bonds. And there's a lot of people out there that will say, well, we'll just print money. That is the absolute worst possible thing you can do. See, the money supply has to match the growth of the economy. If it don't, basically, you're just making the dollar worth less. Like if you just, if they printed up, I don't know, $1 trillion. Basically, gasoline would probably go from $4 a gallon to $8 a gallon, because a dollar wouldn't be worth as much less. And you know, and it may not be exact, but it's pretty close. A loaf of bread might go from $2 a loaf to $4 a loaf. We have to start being smart about this, or we're going to end up like the third world. Our people, we're going to start sending our people to Mexico. I'm worried about this. I really am, because there's a lot of people out there that just don't have a clue how things really work. And, you know, this is going to affect everybody. There's no escaping it. I actually checked my stocks the other day because I was worried around my 401k and wanted to know how much as a percentage I have of stocks. Well, they've already lowered my, I have a somewhat aggressive fund, and they have already lowered it to 34%. I expected it to be 60 or 70%, but they see what's coming too. There's going to be massive government cuts at the first of the year. And whether it's Obama or Romney, Romney's going to try to there's a lot of job growth and profits coming out of oil and gas, the new technologies with horizontal drilling and fracking. Places like Pennsylvania, Ohio, to a lesser degree, but the big states like Texas, Oklahoma, North Dakota, where the energy states are really starting to produce. And half our trade deficit is energy, and we're sending it to people that hate us and fund terrorism against us. Obama is anti-fossil fuel. I'm not against anything that works, but the green energies just don't work. Cost really does matter. You want your power bill to be $400 or $200. I'd actually prefer it be $100. But it's like Obama is disconnected. His energy secretary doesn't even own a car. Um, it's just, we got to use our resources. We got to use common sense, because if we don't, we're really going to suffer. We're going to suffer like we've never suffered before, in this generation anyway. And I'm here to tell you, from what I've seen, the youth is not ready to suffer. But you got to be smart, because if you're not, they have these signs. We get four-wheeling up in West Virginia, and they have signs on some of the trails that say "stupid hurts," and it does. You can take that one to the bank. But just look at these facts. Don't trust what I say. Look at what we're spending. Look at the size of the economy, and look at the growth rate. If you look at all those things, no thinking person could make but only one decision. It doesn't matter how nice a guy you think Obama is. You don't know him. You can only go by what he does. I don't know Romney, but history shows us he did balance a budget in Massachusetts. And we have to get our house in order, because if we don't, we're going to collapse. And it's just that simple. You're either for growth or you're for collapse. Obama's anti-growth. But just thought I'd make this video. I hope it really makes an impact. I'm from North Carolina, and we are firmly behind Romney. I have family from Ohio. That's where my dad's family's from. Hoping Ohio goes for Romney. And it'd be great to pick up Wisconsin and Colorado and Iowa. But just check out what I said, and see what you come up with. Good day.